Internet, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of the John Graves Show. Batman artist Greg Capullo is pretty much working on Batman artist Greg Capullo and pretty much this pretty cool comic book writer Mark Miller are planning on writing a brand new comic book series called Reborn. And pretty much at least the premise is that it's supposed to center around an 80-year-old woman named Bonnie Black who pretty much discovers that beyond her own death, there's a brand new world there in which that you have to explore and kind of get around. And upon me reading it, it actually sounds pretty interesting. But then, like the next paragraph, which is that they're also planning on making this a TV or a film adaptation. And they're planning on getting that out like as fast as they possibly can, or at least getting this series out in October, and then finding a director or people to work with who are super passionate about this project, and then putting it up on the big screen. Miller's also planning on working on a Hit Girl series, which is publicly offering $10,000 per issue and a generous royalty package. And this series is supposed to only have it's a monthly series, and it's supposed to pretty much bring in about, I want to say, 6 issues. So that is something to kind of look forward to, I guess. But until then, that is what I gotta say about that. Please tell me what you think about this down there. I'm about to move on to the next story. And speaking of other stories, Kojima Productions has pretty much revealed its new studio mascot, Ludens, who's pretty much just a guy who wears like all this futuristic armor and stuff like that. And when you get a close-up of his face, it seems though as that he has a I guess it's something like a spacesuit or something like that, but like the helmet of his spacesuit is kind of modeled to look like a Centurion helmet. Well, not a Centurion helmet, but more or less like a Knight's helmet. And underneath that, since it's see-through, you can see this guy who wears kind of like a face mask that looks like a skull, and you know he's focused on something. He even has a camera like above like his right ear, so that is something as well. And pretty much he has the tagline, "I'll keep coming." Whatever the Kojima Productions is pretty much working on, the only thing that they've come out and said is that you are free to imagine whatever you want, and that this is going to be an action game. That's pretty much the only pieces of information in which they've handed out. So pretty much we still have to use our imagination at this point. You know, so yeah, it's a night. I wonder what kind of game it is. Maybe like a space night. Who knows? But hey, we got to keep our ears to the ground for what's gonna happen next. And pretty much ending upon some happy news, World of Final Fantasy is actually planned to come out October 25th, 2016. So we will see that before the year is up. Square Enix pretty much said, "Hey, we about to go ahead and get this out there," and they've pretty much announced it. World of Final Fantasy will be the first announced game during Sony and Square Enix conference of E3. So pretty much, I guess that this whole thing is just supposed to expand the universe, or it's supposed to be like a fun little game, which that kind of just goes on. As Square pretty much have also announced that fans who pre-order the game Day 1 edition of World of Final Fantasy will receive the legendary Sephiroth as a summon. So pretty much you have to work for Cloud, but there's only one way to get Sephiroth. You gotta pretty much buy the game Day 1 instead of using skill to unlock it. But whatever, that is what I gotta say about that. Hopefully you enjoyed these stories, and I'll see you next time on the next John Graves Show. Please keep watching anime, keep playing video games. I'll see you next time. I'm out. Hey Internet, how's it going? I'm Batman, and I'm here to tell everybody to go ahead and check out this little book right here. It's called Ibarra. It's by my friend Deshaun R. Smith, and my book is in the back. My book is called Noir Prophecy, along with our crazy little collaboration book, Mizuki Dragon Warriors. And you can read the first introduction, or like you can read the introduction, the first few pages of it, and go ahead and check it out and show us some support and love. I'll leave a link down there in the description for it. Also, if you like this video, please go ahead and click over there and go ahead and click on the link, and it'll take you right to my last video. I'll see you next time on the next John Graves Show. Please keep watching anime, keep playing video games, and remember, I'm Batman.